From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo. British Columbians are being urged to stay away from coastal areas that remain under a tsunami advisory this morning after one of the most powerful earthquakes ever recorded triggered warnings and alerts around the Pacific. The quake that hit off the coast of southeastern Russia last night had a preliminary magnitude of 8.8 and has generated small tsunami waves in Alaska, Hawaii, and Japan. Here was U.S. NOAA's tsunami warning coordinator Dave Snyder early today.
U.S. West Coast, including parts of British Columbia and all the way down to the California-Mexico border, are under a tsunami advisory tonight. They're not looking for dry places to get wet, but we are expecting some impacts there across the bay shores and harbors.
Emergency Info BC had expected tsunami waves in the district of Tofino on western Vancouver Island of less than 30 centimeters overnight. NOAA has since downgraded that to 21 centimeters. Prime Minister Mark Carney will meet virtually with his cabinet today to discuss the state of trade negotiations with the U.S.
It comes as Canada-U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc is in Washington today meeting with American officials. Carney has said that Canada's negotiations with the U.S. are in an intense phase after U.S. President Donald Trump clinched a critical agreement with the European Union. Trump told reporters last week that Canada wasn't a priority ahead of his Friday deadline to make trade deals. Brenda Molina Navidad, The Canadian Press.
Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre says he wants to represent Battle River Crowfoot, Alberta, on the national stage as the riding's next member of parliament. He was one of 10 candidates who are running in the upcoming by-election who took part in a candidates forum last night in Camrose.
My mission here is to give national leadership to the issues that are of local importance. For example, reversing that EV mandate to allow you to drive your truck, that is a local issue.
Poilievre faced opposition, though, from independent candidate Bonnie Critchley, who says the Conservative leader doesn't live in the riding and doesn't understand the region.
I firmly believe that Monsieur Poilievre is too busy with his own personal ambitions to give a rat's backside about us.
Voters in Battle River Crowfoot will head to the polls August 18th. More than 200 candidates will be on the ballot, most of them sponsored by the Longest Ballot Committee protest group. And Justin Trudeau and pop star Katy Perry have got tongues wagging after the singles dropped by a Montreal restaurant for a meal this week. A communications consultant for La Vie Allant confirmed that the former prime minister and the American singer spent about 2 hours at the fine dining spot Monday evening after photos published by gossip website TMZ sparked speculation of a budding romance. Samantha Jin said the pair kept to themselves, but chef Denny Smiles stopped by their table to say hello, and the pair thanked the kitchen staff before heading out. Jin said Trudeau and Perry were very normal, very polite, and she reports, quote, no visual signs of PDA. Perry is currently on the Canadian leg of her Lifetimes tour, which includes a Montreal stop tonight. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Toronto Blue Jays will do what they can to shake off their 4-game losing streak and to prevent a series sweep against the last-place Orioles when they close out their series this afternoon in Baltimore. The Orioles are flying high. They've won 5 in a row, including 3 straight over the visiting American League East frontrunners. The Blue Jays still lead the New York Yankees, though, by 4 games after the Yankees rallied for a 7-5 win over Tampa Bay. A long-awaited homecoming didn't go as planned for Denis Shapovalov last night at the National Bank Open Tennis Tournament in Toronto. The 22nd-seeded Shapovalov made several unforced errors at bad times and dropped a 7-6, 7-5 decision to 61st-ranked American Lerner Tien.
Kind of had both sets in my hands, so just kind of let them slip and just felt nervous.
At the women's event in Montreal, Eugenie Bouchard of Westmount, Quebec will be aiming to upset 17th seed Belinda Bencic of Switzerland tonight. From the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.